we we've been married 8 years now, and we've got a little boy who
I'm going to be really vulnerable.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see a man who's unsure whether he should get a DNA test for his future child. We'll also hear the story of a man who's considering divorce because his wife has gained 60 pounds and refuses to lose the weight. Plus, we'll watch a woman crying over the consequences of being a single mother. Smash that like button and help us hit our goal of 1,000 likes on this video. Share your experience and wisdom in the comments. We always pin the best comment for the community. Subscribe, and without further introduction, let's get started.
we've been married 8 years now, and we've got a little boy who just turned 2. My wife, she's an incredible mom. She really is. But ever since the pregnancy, she never bounced back. She used to crush half marathons, meal prep Sundays, the whole thing. Now it feels like food is the only thing that lights her up. She's up, I don't know, 60, maybe 65 pounds. And I hate even saying this, but I hardly recognize her anymore. I'm 40, still at the gym 5 days a week. And when we're out together, I catch myself wondering what people must be thinking. The attraction, it's just gone. I've tried everything, offering to watch the baby so she can work out, buying her new running shoes. She either laughs it off or gets defensive and says, I'm supposed to love her no matter what. Thing is, we can afford a nanny, trainers, time and money aren't the problem. It's like she's given up and I don't know how to reach her. I'm terrified that if nothing changes, I'll check out for good. I need to know what to do before I blow up everything we built.
Oh, hell no!
This is one of the hardest conversations a man can have with a woman. When I saw this video and read the comments, all the women were blaming him for going to the gym 5 days a week. But taking care of your own body is something separate from your relationship. This man is going for 45 minutes to an hour out of the 24 hours in a day. They all blame him for not loving unconditionally, but he's offering everything so she can get back on track. The guy pays for a nanny, offers help around the house, is present for his child, works, and still, it's not enough. She refuses therapy, refuses to make any changes, but somehow it's his fault for daring to invest in himself. Still, women blame him, as if being responsible for your own life is a bad thing. Then comes the talk about mental stress, but the guy is taking care of the child, working, and also has to take care of his wife, who's eating at a pace that, if she keeps going, that child is going to end up without a mother. So if there's a woman watching this video, tell me, how can a man even have this conversation with his wife? Or is there any solution?
I'm going to be really vulnerable. I reached my breaking point. I have been a single mom, whether I've been a single married mom or just a single mom, for 4.5 years. And for 4.5 years, I have carried the load of more than one person. Like, I want to give my kids the best childhood that I possibly can, but I cannot do that alone. One person cannot provide all of the love, all of the comfort, all of the food, all of the money, all of the shelter, all of the clothes, all of the self-control that is needed to raise a child, let alone 2 children. My kids are 2 and 4, and when I am with them, it is constant. My 4-year-old is constantly talking to me. My 2-year-old is constantly touching me, like hitting me on accident, kicking me, like always has to be touching me. If I sit down to eat, she wants to eat my food. I cannot regulate myself 24/7. I have not slept through the night in nearly 3 years. 3 years straight. I have not slept through the night. My 2.5-year-old has not slept through the night. My 4-year-old will wake up and need me in the night. And I work 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week. I go to work and I have to hire help. And that is going to financially take away from me. But there's no way around this. There's no way around this. And I just am like, my fuse is shorter. I am snapping at my kids. I have yelled and like, I don't spank my kids. And the 20th time I hear my name within 1 minute is like, it's too many. It's too many times for someone to say mama, and there's no emergency. There's no emergency. And I'm trying to cook dinner, and my youngest peed her pants, even though she knows where the potty is. And my 4-year-old accidentally knocked something over that broke, and I have to make sure it's not glass, and the water is boiling over, and we have to get to gymnastics by 6:30. And the time has come where I have realized this is too much. My mom works full time. My dad is not in the health where he can help. My other mom friends work full time and they have their own kids. I'm the only single mom that I know in my situation.
I'm just going to say it. Being a parent isn't easy. But if you have 2 kids, and I don't even know if they're from the same baby daddy, why didn't you stay with your partner? If you had stayed with your husband, your workload would be cut in half. But I'm sure you found a reason to leave him, wanting to be the strong, independent woman. You were probably one of those who used to say that all the household burden fell on you when you were married, but now you're really carrying it all on your own. I think you thought, my parents will help me, because that's what most women actually think, that their parents will lighten the load. Now that you don't have that, you're complaining about adult decisions. But let's keep going.
I don't have time for therapy. What are we going to talk about? All the people in my life that aren't going to therapy? That's what I did in therapy, is I sat there and I talked about all the people that are fucking toxic and refuse to get the therapy that they need. So I stopped going to therapy. I don't want to pay for that either. I love my kids so much that it physically pains me when I'm away from them. But when I'm with them, I need help. I need another me, you know? Like, so I have 2 interviews with 2 potential sitters. And I am so optimistic that this will help me, because I see the moms waking up at 5 a.m. to work out before their babies are up. Well, guess what? If I woke up at 5 a.m., here they would come. They would be like, mama's up. I can smell it. I can sense it. I'm up. That's not an option for me. You guys, like, everyone on the internet sees the choices people make, but they don't see the options people have. Okay? And if you're someone who's out here like, oh, you chose to have kids, like all of this, you don't know what you're talking about. Who's going to take care of you in 40 years when you are in the nursing home? My child that's a nurse. Like, we can't just stop having humans, you know? I didn't have a baby. I had a human. I had someone that's going to be an adult and contribute to this society. My rant is over for now. But if you see a mom in the grocery store having a hard time, that's a fucking superhero right there. Moms are having hard times. And especially with like everything else like going on in the world that we have no control over, and we're always trying to control what we can in our home and like love our kids and give them the best childhood. We just have a lot. The load is really heavy. And I just want you guys to know that, and you're not alone. And I have to remember that, you know? I hope this helps you. Because part of the reason I made this channel is to help someone else, you know? Like, I didn't make my YouTube for just fun. I wanted to find people that I could connect with and that I could relate with and that, like, knew, that just get it. And I hope this video has that reach. And I think I'm going to schedule crying. I think I'm going to schedule some time to cry this week. And yeah, so be nice to moms. Be nice.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Rather than just being kind, it's better to tell them to learn how to be responsible. A woman really has one major decision to make in life: choosing the man she'll have children with. Women go through several boyfriends before picking someone, and most of the time, they end up choosing the guy who's going to leave them as a single mom. And many times, it's not even that they chose a man like that. It's that they themselves end up destroying the relationship. We're talking about a woman with 2 small kids, close in age. If both kids are from the same father, then she probably had a stable relationship. If they're not, then she never knew how to choose wisely. If women put as much effort into keeping a home as they do into complaining about the one they have, there wouldn't be so many single mothers by choice. Like I said, you make the decisions, so you're the one who has to live with them.
Women.
If you withhold money from the mother of your child, or you don't pay child support, or you don't provide for your child to intentionally make the mother of your child struggle, you're not just making the mother of your child struggle, you're making your child struggle as well. As you see, a lot of you men will leave the mother of your child and then get mad because you no longer have control over her. You can't lie to her, gaslight her, manipulate her, cheat on her. Whatever you were doing in the relationship, you can no longer do to her. And when a lot of you start to see that you're not getting a reaction from her and you can no longer affect her or control her, you'll start to withhold the money that is meant to take care of your child just to hurt the mother of your child. Let me tell you something, regardless of how much money the mother of your child makes, regardless if your child has everything your child needs, if they're living a perfect life without you, your financial support will go a long way. So if you're leaving the mother of your child to do everything by herself, to intentionally make her struggle because you no longer have control over her now that you're not together, I do hope at some point in time y'all start to realize that you're not just making the mother of your child struggle, you're making your child struggle as well.
Stop it. Get some help.
The truth is, when a relationship ends, especially if it ends badly, like yours did with your ex, the man really doesn't care about your life anymore. Now he only wants what's best for his child, but what happens to you doesn't concern him. This woman is always complaining about money, even though she only has one child, and she's asking for over $1,500 a month in child support. Of course, the father realizes that not all that money is going toward the child. And in another video, she says the mother has complete freedom to use that money however she wants. So which is it? Child support has become a business. Thankfully, Trump changed the game for men.
We've been married for 5 years now. We've got one little girl. She's 3, and I love being a dad. Thing is, 2.5 years ago, my wife said she was, done with diapers, done with pregnancy. She kept saying her career in real estate was finally taking off and another baby would set us back. So she pushed for a permanent fix. I wasn't totally sold. I mean, I always pictured at least 2 kids, but she was pretty firm. And I guess I wanted to make her happy, so I went ahead and got the vasectomy. Fast forward to last month, she's nauseous, tired all the time, does a test, boom, pregnant. And I'm standing there thinking, wait, what? She laughs and says, there's still that tiny chance after a vasectomy. Here's the part that's eating me alive. She's on the road a lot, showing houses in different cities, overnight conferences, that sort of thing. And there's this one coworker, she calls him her closing partner. They're always FaceTiming, inside jokes, the whole deal. I never worried before, but now my brain's spinning. I keep repeating in my head, do I just, trust the odds and celebrate? Or do I suggest making a DNA test? So that's where I'm at. I have no idea what the right move is. Do I swallow the doubt and be the supportive husband? Or do I risk hurting her feelings and ask for the test? Any guidance would honestly mean the world right now.
Hell to the no, no. Hell no.
If I were this man, I'd get a sperm count and a DNA test. Just look at the wife's reaction. After the first daughter, she didn't want any more kids. She was fed up. So what changed now? Why is she so calm about this pregnancy, suddenly open to having another child? It's not just that she had it with a man she liked. Her partner, she's going along with it so the husband doesn't suspect anything. Women who work in real estate, especially if they're constantly traveling, are on the list of careers with the highest rates of cheating. If I were that man, I'd get the test, either secretly or by telling her. If she wants to leave me, that's her problem. But I have the right to know the truth, because raising another man's mistake for 18 years is not in my plans.
Women.
Do you find yourself asking yourself this question a lot, but you are no closer to an answer? If yes, then you are not alone. Sometimes it can be really difficult to work out why you're single. So let me do some top reasons why you are still single and searching. So number one, you are not prioritizing dating. And you might think that you're prioritizing dating by having like a few swipes on a dating app or sending a few messages. But if you're not actually prioritizing dating and making it an important part of your life, you're unlikely to meet someone in this day and age. Two, you have low self-esteem. This is a problem for a lot of men, especially older men and women, of course. If you have low self-esteem, women can sense that. And a lot of women do not like that, I'm afraid. Not all women, but a lot of women don't like men with low self-esteem. So maybe try working on like building up your self-confidence. Number three, your standards are too high. Are you setting your standards too high? Obviously, it's a good idea to have standards. We're not saying that you should just date any old person that will have you, but maybe have a look if you're like prioritizing looks too much, maybe go for personality more. And finally, you've just not met the right person. For most people, and I'd say that, and hopefully that's the same case for you, maybe you've just not met the right person yet, and you just need to kind of keep push through all the scammers, all the women with fears of intimacy, all the women that aren't good enough for you, and just wait until you meet the right person. And there you have it. Have a great day.
You know why so many women are alone? Because they go through life thinking they're the prize, as if just by existing, they deserve a high-value man. But my marketing professor taught me something I'll never forget. The customer doesn't care if your product is good, they care if it solves a problem. And it's the same with today's man. He's no longer buying a pretty face. He's looking at what a woman brings beyond her body or that diva attitude. That whole raise your standards narrative, no one's buying it anymore. They want a lot, offer very little, and then play the victim when they end up alone. A woman who thinks she's too good to support a man ends up aging alone. Because today, men aren't looking for untouchable goddesses. They're looking for women who add value, who walk beside them, not someone who demands but brings nothing to the table. And if you don't adapt to that, well, welcome to the wall, because the wall doesn't forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What would you advise that man to say to his wife? Do you think he needs to get a DNA test? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.